Welcome to self-proclaimed God's own country. Kerala, a small state in southern India, is a world apart. A land of history, of trade, of nature and of tradition, Kerala is a haven for the living traditions of India. Kerala is rich, prosperous and peaceful. It boasts a 100% literacy rate, a nearly perfect gender parity and an ancient ecological commitment. It is truly God's own country. I've decided to travel and encounter the men and the women who inhabit this blessed land. For it is they who will reveal to me the promise held in the name's claim. The first stage of my journey will be the emblematic Backwaters. This waterway extends along nearly the entire coastline of Kerala. I travel on a traditional regional boat called a Ketuvalum towards the town of Aleppi. The backwaters are a complex inland network of lagoons, lakes and canals that run parallel to the Arabian Sea along the Malabar coast. This important aquatic labyrinth, called the Green Venice of the East, constitutes a unique geological formation. And since ancient times, it has served as a means of transporting goods.
My name is Arun Kumar. I've worked for this company for 10 years. I'm a boat captain. And I regularly ply this region called Kutanad. You can go everywhere in the backwaters with these boats. Formerly, they were used to transport bricks, construction materials, foodstuffs and spices, all sorts of merchandise, from the hinterlands to Kochi. But today, they're mainly used for cruising on the backwaters. Here we're on Lake Vembanad. It's the largest lake in Kerala. It's 2,250 kilometers squared. What I like most about this place is that you can fish as much as you want. I really like this place. It's magnificent. Here there is everything you need to live. During the day we fish with poles, and at night we use nets. After 5:30 in the afternoon, the lake is covered by nets, and at 5 o'clock in the morning we come and haul them in. Here we fish a fish called Cuisine. Traditionally, we cook them in banana leaves. It's the best way to prepare them. There's also a small fish called a pulu. It's delicious. And the shrimp found here are also delicious. They're simply the best. All the fish from the backwaters are particularly delicious.
Food and gastronomy have a central place in the local culture. And Keralian cuisine is both rich and varied. In order to discover it, the chef prepares a traditional and luxurious meal on board the boat itself.
Kerala cuisine uses a lot of fennel seeds, peppermint, powdered and dried ginger, red chilies, powdered coriander, turmeric, and fenugreek. All the spices. What I prefer to do is to fry the spices in a frying pan and then add some coconut milk. The coconut milk brings out all the true flavors of the spices, and it smells so good.
Bathed in its infinite grace, where land and sky are one, time seems to have stopped in this network of canals. I arrive in Aleppi by boat. Here, numerous local Ayurvedic medicine health centres border the canals.
Hello, welcome to the Keralayam Ayurvedic Massage Centre. Please follow me for a massage.
Body massage
In Ayurveda, body massages are called Abhyankam. They allow one's energy to correctly circulate throughout the body by actuating different pressure points.
Here, in order to treat a patient, the body is treated globally as a whole. Different therapeutic massage techniques aim at re-energizing the circulatory system so that the medicinal oils that are used can produce the desired effect. Another technique uses heated medicinal herbs and spices. First, they're placed in a cloth bag. Then, following the muscular network and according to a precise science, they are applied on the patient's body.
We place the patient on their back. We protect their eyes. And then we precisely calculate the height of the Shirodhara wick and the amount of oil that will be needed. The medicinal oils are heated and placed in a jar above the patient. The liquid then escapes through a small hole underneath. And even if the oil only flows on the forehead, the third eye, it's the entire body that feels the effect of the treatment. When the oil penetrates the skin, it heats the vital pressure points of the nervous system that we call marma, and the entire equilibrium of the nervous system is thus reinforced. It also balances the hormonal system. The pituitary is stimulated and rebalanced by the flow of the oil on the forehead. These techniques allow one's energy to circulate properly, which in turn develops one's capacity to work. In Ayurveda, we say, Swastasya swastia rakshanan, aturasya roga nivaranam. So the goal of Ayurveda is double. First, to regenerate and to preserve the health of the healthy. It's a question of harmony. Everyone has the possibility of living a sane and balanced life. And secondly, to alleviate the diseases of people who are ill, Ayurveda can help them by recreating a natural equilibrium.
Ayurvedic medicine aims to harmonize the body and the soul. It's based on the Vedas, a body of texts and oral Indian customs that are more than 5,000 years old. In Sanskrit, the term Ayurveda is composed of two words, Ayur and Veda. These literally mean life and science. Ayurveda is thus the science of life. Based on this fundamental principle, this traditional medicine considers human beings as an element of the universe on the same level as the 5 following elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether.
Ayurveda considers all fauna and flora as elements of medicine. In our science, everything that grows on this planet can be used as a medicine. And spices play a particularly important role in this.
And if Ayurvedic medicine originated in Kerala, then it's because of the richness of the land and the large number of excellent spices that grow there. Sebastian, a 100% organic Ayurvedic gardener, shows me the plants in his garden.
Here I have different sorts of spices and plants. I have over 200 species of plants here, and the spices that I grow are of very high quality. There are 52 spices in all, and Ayurveda uses these 52 spices. All the plants I grow here are for Ayurvedic purposes, be they spices, herbs, or fruits. Here's a clove plant. This plant has already been harvested, but you can see a few cloves on it all the same. When we speak of cloves, it's actually the buds that we use. Even if we say we pick the flowers, it's actually the buds that we harvest. We gather the buds and dry them for 3 or 4 days. Under the hot sun, they lose their color and turn brown. Those are the cloves. They're used both as medicine as well as a spice for cooking. This is nutmeg. It's a very high-quality nutmeg. We use nutmeg for all gastric problems and against acidity. And we also use nutmeg as a spice for cooking. Now we're going to see our most important spice, turmeric. This is a growing turmeric plant. Turmeric is made from the root. It's what we use in medicine and for cooking with. In medicine, turmeric is an excellent anti-poison. It's often used as such. If you're bitten by a spider, a snake, or an insect, then turmeric is mixed with other leaves to treat the wound. We make a paste of turmeric root and certain other leaves and then apply it to the wound. Turmeric is a very powerful spice. There are even some scientists who claim that it is a very good anti-carcinogen.
The Aroma Spice Garden board.
Visitors to the garden can buy any spice that they want in this building. In Ayurvedic medicine, we make shampoos, oils, syrups, and a variety of medicines. The medicines sold in this shop are all made from the plants in my garden. We sell both prepared medicines as well as raw spices.
Another local discipline involving a perfect harmony between the body and the soul is Kathakali. This dance theatre originated in Kerala and is still a thriving tradition. In a religious atmosphere, the performance begins by the actor dancers applying their makeup on stage. They then enact the most famous episodes of the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, and the life of Krishna. Set to traditional music and chants, Kathakali is a spectacular combination of drama, dance, and religious legends. Entirely unvoiced, these extremely masterful performances rely uniquely on facial expressions, demeanour, and movements of the hands called mudras. Mudras are codified and symbolic positions of the hands. They constitute a large part of the actor's dialogue. Each mudra corresponds to the expression of a distinct sentiment or situation. A combination of different mudras allows an infinite variety of expressions. As the master of Kathakali said to his student, where goes the hand, goes the eyes. Where goes the eyes, goes the spirit. Where goes the spirit, goes the soul. Where goes the soul, there is emotion. Still stunned by the nearly mythical power of Kathakali, I continue my route in quest of the soul of Kerala. I leave Aleppo by train in the direction of the large city of Kochi. To the rhythm of the passing scenery, I am rocked by the soft torpor of the journey. Along with the men, women and children who populate this surprising region, so rich, so beautiful and so proud. After crossing a gigantic bridge between two arms of the sea, the contours of the city begin to emerge. Very densely populated, Kochi is the economic and historic capital of the province as well as the largest city in Kerala. Built on a peninsula, this tentacular city is spread over several different islands between which ferry boats incessantly ply to and fro. The port of Kochi is the largest port in India. The Chinese nets, the main tourist attraction of the city and vestiges of times gone by, lie opposite its giant modern cranes. This fishing technique, now largely obsolete, was introduced by the Chinese in the 14th century. The atmosphere is relaxed and romantic tonight along the beach walkway. Vacationers come here in family groups in order to profit from the evening cool. It's a colonial heritage that's enjoyed by Keralites of all generations. Today, I've decided to visit this multicultural city on a traditional rickshaw. Synagogues, churches, mosques, and Hindu temples. Here, all religions live side by side in perfect harmony. A reputation that my driver is proud to show me.
And we are now a different area. It's a Gujarati area. In Mattancherry, very different. Every religions are mixing. Muslim, Hindu, Christian, and Jain, and Buddhist. Buddhist is a different place. I'll show you that later.
Dozens of minarets rise opposite monumental church towers that also soar towards the heavens, and small altars dedicated to local beliefs are everywhere. Here, religious fervour abounds. This local curiosity consists of the small picturesque streets of Jewtown that once housed a large Jewish community.
This is the synagogue.
Entrance for passing away.
The Paradesi synagogue, built in 1567, is the oldest in the Commonwealth.
1948, migrated in Israel, that I'm all group of going away. Oh, now Kochi is the last 3 Jewish members of partition. She's a senior at Sarakon. She's a genuine from Iraqi side, more than 500 years settling in the Kochi, in the Iraqi settlement. She's the last coin in Kochi. That is the last coin.
Let's go.
The Kochi Jain temple also attracts many visitors. Jainism is a very old religion related to Hinduism. Every day around noon, hordes of pigeons descend on the square for the traditional midday feeding. Jainism preaches non-violence and total respect for all life forms. It places equal value on all living organisms. Jainism is particularly respected in Kerala. The cult does not recognize any supreme god except the human conscience. And this evening, the overlapping calls of the muezzins resonate throughout the town and bring the day to an end. Kochi, the capital of God's own country, is a city of happiness and peace. Lost in thought, I ponder on the lively beaches of Fort Kochi.
Because we're looking for quantity as well as quality.
I leave Kochi for Munnar, 130 kilometers further east. Located in the Western Ghats Mountains at an altitude of almost 1,600 meters, the tea plantations of Munnar are another emblematic image of Kerala. I continue my quest for the essence of Kerala, and I find myself in the Highlands exploring the rich fields and enchanting landscapes. Munnar is an immense tea garden, a carpet of deep green fields gently unfurling over the rolling hills covered in tea. And to better understand it all, I'm invited to visit the largest plantation in the region.
This is the oldest plantation in all of Munnar. In 1880, the first tea plants were planted on this very spot. We decided to keep these very old tea plants, and we continue to graft from them. That's how we can sell our tea as vintage tea. A tea plant can live up to 150 years, and the leaves are collected every 12 to 15 days. Tea used to be picked by hand. Nowadays, we harvest semi-manually. There were not enough workers for hand picking, so we sometimes used this intermediate solution. That's what you see behind me. Our company's practice is to harvest 3 leaves and 1 bud. 3 leaves and 1 bud are our objective. Some tea companies do 2 leaves and 1 bud. This yields a finer harvest. But here in southern India, most of the time we pick 3 leaves and a bud, because we're looking for quantity as well as quality.
That's 3 leaves and a bud.
Behind these hills of tea, other plantations await me. Hundreds of kilometers of coconut, fruit and spice plantations stretching as far as the eye can see. The next leg of my journey is further north, in the district of Wayanad. Here, nature is even denser, lusher and more bountiful. This is the green paradise of Kerala. Deep in the forest, I meet with a member of an ancestral tribe that is very bound to the land, and with pepper in particular, the black gold of the region.
My name is Cheruvayal Raman. I belong to a tribal community in Wayanad. We've been farmers for generations. You see, this is a pepper vine. Come and look. This variety is called Paniyur 1. It doesn't come from Wayanad. But this one here does come from Wayanad. This variety is called Karingota. And it's from Wayanad. And it's the best pepper there is in Wayanad. It'll give a lot more at harvest time. It's a very heavy, productive pepper. The same for this one. We just cut the vine, graft it, and plant it. In the 1980s, most of the peppers in Wayanad were destroyed. They were almost totally destroyed around 1987. This vine is maybe 15, 20, or 30 years old now. The very oldest varieties from Wayanad have almost disappeared. The oldest peppers don't exist anymore. They are practically extinct. There are very few of these old plants in my fields.
India had to concentrate on very intensive agriculture, often to the detriment of local farming and of local varieties. In fact, immediately after independence, India found itself unable to feed its growing population. So the country launched the Green Revolution, a huge program promoting high-yield agriculture. By the year 2000, India had attained self-sufficiency. This success story was not, however, without dire consequences. Serious environmental problems ensued, and record levels of pollution arose due to the massive use of pesticides and GMOs. Lower agricultural prices ruined many small farmers, pushing them into debt. This resulted in an alarming number of suicides. Today, a second green revolution is underway, supported by alternative solutions such as sustainable organic agriculture.
We've been part of the Wayanad region for generations. We use the same methods of farming as our ancestors did. We farm and we collect produce from the forests. Before, that's how we fed ourselves. That's how we lived. So even though there are new technologies today, I try to keep our old way of life to an integrated agriculture and to use the older methods of growing plants. We've already lost so many different varieties of plants. Since the Green Revolution, we've lost our traditional methods of cultivation, of producing eggs, vegetables, and other plants. And we've lost a lot of old varieties, especially here in Kerala. Meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, it's all vanished since the Green Revolution. Everything that nature gave us a gift, we've lost it. Everything that came from Wayanad, all that great natural wealth, it's all gone. That's why I want to protect these varieties. But I'm very happy now, because all of this, the plants and all the knowledge that I inherited, I'm going to transmit it to the next generations. That way, if we farm naturally, our produce, and particularly our plants, won't pose any more problems for us. We won't be producing things that harm the human body or that harm nature. If you farm respecting nature without pesticides but using organic matter, there will be no harm done, either to nature or to the people eating your produce. If we farmed properly in Wayanad, without pesticides or fertilizers, using only organic things, we'd have the best pepper, ginger, coffee and turmeric in the world.
Wayanad is a prosperous, productive land with an exceptional climate and biodiversity. And the qualities of this region and of its priceless spices did not escape the notice of the world's great explorers. It was Vasco da Gama who introduced Europe to the riches of Kerala, particularly spices. After Christopher Columbus discovered America for Spain, the King of Portugal ordered Vasco da Gama to open the route to India. Da Gama set forth on the 9th of July 1497 with 3 ships and a crew of 200 men. In November he arrived at the Cape of Good Hope, also known as the Cape of Storms because of the extreme maritime conditions that prevailed there. 1 year after he left Portugal, Vasco da Gama arrived in Kochi in India. There he founded the first Portuguese trading post for the spice trade in Asia. And And so, in the very spot that Vasco da Gama landed, I'm going to continue my route in this pleasant small seaside resort near Kochi. Known in the Middle Ages as the City of Spices, Calicut is called Kozhikode today. It's the second largest city in Kerala and is still the centre of a flourishing spice trade both on the national and international levels. And this is where it all happens, in this lively street called the Grand Bazaar. Whether they're buying from large farmers producing for the international market or from small family farms, the wholesalers here buy spices from the region at good prices. Kozhikode is a city that likes its food, and it is famous throughout the country and beyond for its halva. These traditional sweets come in every flavour, colour and shape imaginable. This confection is made of sugar, spices, coconut oil and dried fruits. It originates from an old Turkish tradition brought by the Arabs on their way to Kerala to buy spices. Kozhikode is a surprising city. It's home to one of the main schools of Kalari, an ancient martial art from Kerala. The masters of Kalari are both warriors and healers. I've been invited to learn more about this very complete art, a combination of physical exercises, handling weapons and meditation.
Also called Kalari Payuta, this ancient martial art from Kerala dates from the 4th century BC. It is said that Kalari is the mother of all martial arts. In ancient times, Buddhist monks and Hindu sages used this technique for self-defense. With the spread of Buddhism, the monks founded schools in India and beyond, as far as China and neighboring countries. And the students were also taught martial arts. These later became better known under such names as Kung Fu and Karate. So Kalari is the origin of all martial arts, it often being called the mother of all martial arts. Mastering Kalari is divided into 3 main stages. The first stage is Maithari. This concentrates on how to control the body. Students practice different types of body exercise for concentration, suppleness, muscle development, and strength. These are inspired by animal postures. This is the first stage of training. The second stage is Kalari. This entails combat using different types of wooden weapons. These range from 45 to 180 centimeters in length. Students train in different attack and defense techniques. The third and final stage of training is called Ankathari, and the students train with metal weapons. They are taught to use different types of metal weapons. Daggers, 2-edged swords and shields, flexible swords, and a combination of attack and defense postures are employed. All this is the third stage of training. Accidents can occur during fighting. Strained muscles, breaks, nervous troubles. There's a lot that can go wrong. To heal these wounds, our ancestors use Ayurvedic treatment combined with specific martial practices. They'd make their own medicine by gathering herbs, leaves, and regional spices.
And also the spices from here.
From the age of 6, these students learn both gestures that can kill as well as gestures that can save life, because anyone who kills should also be able to heal. Father of all the martial arts, Kalari is a balance between the body, the spirit, and nature. Thrissur is the last and concluding stage of my journey. Thrissur, the cultural and religious capital of Kerala, has a surprise in store for me. It promises a most colourful finish to my quest. Today is the third and final day of Thrissur Puram. This large annual festival is both a religious and a cultural event. I'm welcomed like a fellow believer into a Hindu temple, where the ceremony has already begun. I'm led through the rituals by the faithful who wish that I fully participate in the experience. During the festival, each of the city's temples selects an elephant to carry the divinity. This is the only time of the year that it leaves the temple enclosure. The elephant, accompanied by musicians, must circle the temple 3 times before being allowed to proceed down the streets and mix with the crowd. The generous people of this blessed land have given me the keys to understand why Kerala is so aptly named God's own country. In Kerala, everything seems so integrated and complete. Man and nature, nature and science, science and art, art and the body and the sacred. And watching those improbable pink elephants walking through the crowds of happy families in this colourful city between intoxication and delight, I know I am truly in God's own country.